I remember the smell of poverty. It smells like old coins. It smells like cheap instant noodles. It smells like the fear sweat that wakes you up at 3 a.m. My name is David, and 5 years ago, I was completely broken. I had negative money in my bank account. I was drowning in debt. I worked 2 jobs, but I was still poor. I was a waiter in the morning and a cleaner at night. I worked 16 hours a day. My body ached. My eyes burned. I was angry. I was angry at the government. I was angry at my boss. I was angry at the rich people who drove nice cars while I walked in the rain. I thought, I work harder than them. Why am I poor? Why is life so unfair? I thought the secret to wealth was working harder. So I worked harder. I slept less. I skipped meals. But nothing changed. The hole just got deeper. One night, I was cleaning an office building. It was the office of a very successful man, Mr. Henderson. He was still there, working late. He saw me emptying the trash can. I looked tired. I looked defeated. He called me over. "Young man," he said. "You look like you are carrying the world on your shoulders." I don't know why, but I told him everything. I told him about my debts. I told him how hard I worked. I told him that I was hopeless. He listened quietly. Then he took a piece of paper and a pen. He wrote one sentence on it. He folded the paper and handed it to me. "You are poor because you are looking at money the wrong way," he said. "Read this sentence every morning. Read it every night. Burn it into your brain. If you understand this sentence, your poverty will end." I took the paper. I thought he was crazy. How could one sentence change my bank account? I went home to my small, cold room. I unfolded the paper. It said, "You do not get paid for your time. You get paid for the value you bring to the hour." I stared at it. I didn't understand it at first. I thought, but I get paid by the hour. I get $15 an hour. But then I thought deeper. Why does the brain surgeon get paid more than the cleaner? Does the surgeon work harder? Maybe, but does he work 100 times harder? No. The surgeon gets paid more because he brings more value to that hour. He solves a bigger problem. He has a rarer skill. I realized my mistake. I was selling my time. And time is limited. I only have 24 hours in a day. Even if I work all 24 hours, there is a limit to how much I can make. I was trying to get rich by working more hours. But the secret was to make my hours worth more. That night, I made a decision. I stopped asking, how can I find more work? And I started asking, how can I become more valuable? I looked at my skills. I was good at cleaning, but anyone can clean. It is not a rare skill. That is why it pays little. I needed a high-value skill. I stopped watching TV. I stopped complaining. I used my little free time to learn. I went to the library. I started learning about digital marketing. I read books on sales. I learned how to write persuasive words. It was hard. My brain was tired. I wanted to sleep, but I kept looking at that piece of paper. Value to the hour. 6 months later, I saw a small business that had a terrible website. They were losing customers. In the past, I would have walked by, but now I saw a problem I could solve. I walked in. I didn't ask for a job. I didn't ask for an hourly wage. I said, "I can fix your website and bring you more customers. If I don't, you pay me nothing. If I do, you pay me $1,000. The owner agreed. It took me 10 hours to fix his marketing. He got 10 new customers the next day. He happily paid me the $1,000. I looked at the check. I had made $1,000 in 10 hours. That was $100 an hour. That was 6 times more than my cleaning job. Why? Because I wasn't selling my time anymore. I was selling a solution. I was selling value. I quit my cleaning job. I focused entirely on solving expensive problems for businesses. I learned more skills. I became better. The better I got, the more people paid me. I stopped being a victim. I became a problem solver. Today, I am a millionaire. I don't say that to brag. I say that to show you the power of a mindset shift. I work fewer hours now than I did when I was poor. But my hours are worth thousands of dollars. If you are stuck in poverty, stop trying to work yourself to death. Stop blaming the system. Look in the mirror. Look at that piece of paper. Ask yourself, how much value am I bringing to the hour? If the answer is not much, then you must change. Learn a skill. Read a book. Solve a problem. Become someone who is hard to replace. Money follows value. It is a law of nature. That one sentence on a scrap of paper didn't give me money. It gave me something better. It gave me the key to unlock the cage I had built for myself. You have the same key. Stop selling your time. Start building your value. and watch your life change forever.